You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Is it to show up in the third quarter and the fourth quarter and you didn't have a good first and second quarter? You just swapped them. That's all you did. You just swapped them. As far as Willie Green, I wasn't fazed by him getting ejected. I thought it was very interesting that he got ejected in this game, in this particular game, because we all know that Rahakovic, that didn't faze me not one bit. One time, if I have to count how many times you back, your star player, that's not doing it for me. And I can count on my hand how many times you have backed him. And it's not a good number. We've talked about it in this chat on the stream many a times, as far as Zion getting beat up down there.
Yeah, he definitely gets his ass kicked, that's for sure.
Yeah, he takes a lot of contact. And you're telling me we can count on our hands how many times Willie Green has backed Zion? And I understand, Willie Green is not the coach, really he's not the coach for this team, but he's not a Zion Williamson coach. He really isn't. And it shows. You can really tell. But yeah, it seemed like every time, especially in the first half, every time Zion sat down, nobody else stepped up. Like, right. We couldn't compensate for, Zion. It's like, dag, golly, because I was like, man, just keep Zion out there. I mean, I do understand that he does need breaks and everything, but golly, it's a huge drop. I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, y'all, all of y'all supposed to be professionals out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just felt like that was really weird. But the unsung heroes though, as far as with that really got Toronto over the hump is Boucher and Jakob Poeltl. Like, I feel like they really killed the Pelicans. They really killed the Pelicans.
The players.
That's the team is not talented. The team. Listen to the wording. The team. There's individuals that are talented on the team. Right? But as a team, that's not just having talented players on a team doesn't mean that you're a good team.
This is true. This is
okay. So that's what I mean by that. When we say, we got to look at the wording of things. It's not just like you were saying between fans and supporters. And I felt that. And I changed that. And I appreciate you clarifying that. But now it's like, is this a talented team? No, it's not.
The coaching sucks, man. It's not enough. It's not my biggest gripe with the Pelicans is the consistency. I mean, they don't consistently do anything well except for be inconsistent. That's pretty much what it
Yeah.
is. They're very inconsistent. The scheme is like you seen Zion was cooking. He was pretty much the only guy that was out there really cooking in certain aspects of the game. And it was times when he just didn't get the ball. Guys would just jack up shots. And I'm like, where's the coach to tell him to play through Zion Williamson? Because it was really just Zion bully ball and his straight natural talents was able to convert a lot of those baskets. You had guys double
And that's
teaming.
what
He
was
was
helping us
scooping in
win,
between them.
not because of the coaching.
No, it
They
wasn't.
weren't even calling no plays for him.
No, that wasn't. Not it.
Which is
Wasn't. It
horrible.
wasn't play calling and none of that
Look,
kind of stuff going
And you
on. That was
look, you ain't
Zion's
hearing
free talent.
nobody saying, let them cook. You ain't hearing
Antonio
you
Daniels was saying that. Daniels was saying in the broadcast, man, I'm gonna shut up and let Zion cook. As soon as he said that, I think the very next play or the play after that, they took him out of the game.
But the thing is, Willie don't want him to cook. If it's CJ, hey, let him cook. If it's Brandon, and he's out there, let him cook. It ain't the same. And that's really sad. That's really sad. It's like, do you not understand he's the only one who has it going? He's the only one who has it going.
Yeah, yeah, him getting ejected out of the game to me was actually pretty funny. Watching him fuss at it because nothing Willie does is consistent, even though I can give him credit for trying to, take up for Zion Williamson.
No,
I've seen a lot tougher hacked play where Zion got hacked pretty good on that he could have did it, but that one there was one of the softer ones that Zion actually got hit on. So I mean, it's no rhyme or reason why Willie does what he does, why he gets mad at certain games, he don't get mad at certain games, when they basically are the same games.
I didn't see that coming.
With him getting ejected?
Yeah, I mean, he never does. This is his first ejection. Are we supposed to see that coming? I mean, this is his first one.
You got to do something. I mean, we know that coaches, coaches use that as a technique to try to inspire the team.
No, Willie's not that bright. Okay, to do that. Come on, Big Q. This is his first ejection.
So he can't try nothing new?
All 70 games that Zion played on last season, he didn't get not one ejection?
No, he didn't. This
is his first one.
He got at the refs. No. He got at the refs before, but not
lacks
to the
consistency in backing Zion. And then the thing is, the only time he backs him up to this point is when a reporter checks him on it. And then the next game, that's when he usually does it. He's been consistent in that. But how far and few in between is that? It's like once every blue moon.
Man, you got to pull out all the stops when your team is 12-35. I can see him trying.
I mean,
I don't think he planned it. I think he just really got upset for whatever reason for following Zion.
That's why it's fake. I was sitting there, I was like, okay, leave. I wish you would have left earlier so Borrego could have taken over.
Well,
so
he left 7 minutes.
Well, I mean, 7 minutes. I mean, in the game. I mean, it's not a whole lot you can do, but I mean, at least get ejected in the first half or something, and so he can have the whole second half to work his magic, to make the changes and stuff like that.
I give you that. Yeah, he didn't get revved up enough.
That's what I was thinking.
He's still sleepwalking. He got to get out at halftime, get into the third before something like that happens. But man, yeah, this was definitely, in my opinion, watching this game, I was like, man, the first half was just, man, 40 points combined for the entire half. They put up 40 points in the entire half. They won one quarter, which was a dominant quarter, but could not sustain it in the money quarter.
They can't sustain anything.
They don't.
That's what inconsistency. We don't know. And this is what we mean by we don't know what version of the Pelicans that we're going to get.
You ain't
This
lying.
is where that statement comes from. That's sad that we have to, because every time you ask, how is this game going to go, Lex? It's
I'm about
like,
to ask you that in a little bit after we go through these stats for that Dallas
I
Mavericks game
know,
coming up.
but it's like you really don't know, because it's like, hey, we're not sure about Zion's minutes, how those are going to play out. We're not sure about, hey, if guys are going to knock down shots when they're open. The energy. We're not sure if guys are going to show up from the jump. That's sad that we have to ask those. Those are question marks. They're question marks. Dejounte Murray and Hawkins out there, or Jose and CJ, because you still have to have some type of size. Like, I don't know if anybody else saw it tonight. They were hunting Jordan Hawkins. And not to mention Jordan Hawkins, man. That dude does not need to have that ball up top. Like, dude didn't even move and he traveled with the ball. Did y'all see that? I'm like, dog,
He needs to
you
work
all
on
should
that.
know your personnel. Like, he needs to be coming off of a screen, but he does not need to have the ball up top to decide to play for just a few seconds as point guard. You can't do that to that dude. He's not that. The dude is a coming off the screen shooting. Okay? That he's a shooter. Why would you put him in that situation?
They've been flirting around with that though. They've been flirting around trying to get him to
They're
do.
trying to make the two a one. They're trying to make the twos on this team. These guys are not at their best when they're at the one. CJ and Hawk are true twos. They're not combo guards.
No.
Okay? They're
twos.
not ones. They are true twos. That's how you get the most out of them. Now, if you want combo guards, then you need to go get combo guards. If you want guys that can switch, but they're not the type of guys that can really switch.
Right.
And so
I don't see that either. I don't see that.
You look at the fact that CJ, look, I don't care what nobody says, CJ is still a liability on defense. I'm so upset. Like, this positionless basketball that Willie Green talks about, he's high on something.
I mean, that's the philosophy, though. Philosophy is that's why you see Hawk and CJ in roles outside of their true roles is 1 and 2.
But most of the guys are not.
Versatility.
Most of the guys on this team are not positionless, if not all of them.
Yeah, but then them people don't. It's a uniform concept.
To adopt that concept, and it's like, dude, Jose is not positionless.
I mean, that's obvious, right?
No, but it's not. It's not.
You're right on that.
Trey Murphy, he's not even positionless.
Lexxah,
JRE and Green, Javonte Green, they're not positionless. They're not. Like, and it's like, dude, you can't force something that you don't have. You have to understand your personnel. There was a lot of switches out there. Why is CJ on Scotty Barnes, people?
Why is Jose on Pirtle? Because that's what it is.
Why is
DeJounte
on Boucher?
That's Willie Green. That's this philosophy.
Switching is not the answer. You have to get that out of your thick skull. These guys are not positionless. Probably the most positionless person on the team is probably Zion. But really, as far as that 5 spot, depending on matchups, I wouldn't suggest that, because they want to put Zion in the 5 spot anyway. And the thing is, I understand he's 6'6" and stuff, so where he's most dangerous is at the top. But I know, like, defensively, they would, hey, Zion, because he was guarding Pirtle. And I was like, dang, Borrego, really? You too? You did that? You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's what happens when you're not getting production from Eves Misi and Tice, because they didn't have any effect on Pirtle. Pirtle was secretly just making things difficult out there. Him
Man,
and Boucher.
a smart
They were
player.
really the unsung heroes, like I said. Like they were just doing things that just really gave it to the Pelicans.
These the Pirtle's smart, man. He knows how to
Yeah.
pass, he sees the court well. And those guys play to the identity of the team. The switch off philosophy, I've been talking about this since Willie Green been here. The switch off philosophy to me is it has a lot of flaws. And
It does.
they don't see it, and it's an intelligence thing. You do not, and I will say this again for the millionth time, you do not switch your dumb ass into a mismatch to help the team defeat you.
Exactly.
Jose Alvarado switching to guard Pirtle doesn't make any sense.
It
That
doesn't.
is stupid. And for any coach that thinks that makes sense, they need to be terminated. I mean, fired first and then fired out of the cannon the next thing, because
dude, you shouldn't even be in the NBA if you think that's positionless basketball. That's insanity.
That's stupid as hell. And I've been saying that for a while about this whole situation with this switch all nonsense. You switch all when you have the personnel for it. Pelicans, and then the thing is, it's not like I said, that's bad. That's real low IQ basketball. I just can't tolerate it.
It is.
So let's hit the stats right here. Then we'll move on to the preview of the Dallas matchup that is on the 29th, which means Zion will play because it's not a back-to-back. So we'll see Zion Williamson again. How about that? So anyway, tonight, man, the Pelicans 39 of 89 for almost 44%, 43 out of 100. The Raptors were for 43% flat. They were 9 of 33. The Raptors were for 27%. Pelicans were a miserable, stinking 6 of 28 for 21.4%. Pelicans went to the foul line 30 times in their building and hit 20 of 30 for just under 67%. And it's just, like I said, fundamentals, they just can't stay consistent. 78% on 18 of 23 by the Raptors, 54 rebounds by the Raptors versus 46 by the Pelicans. 13 of them were offensive, 31-21 assists advantage. Raptors, Pelicans not moving the ball very well. 9 steals to 8 for the Pelicans, 11-5 on the blocks for the Pelicans. Turnovers were 13 with 12 points given up off them versus the Raptors 13 with the same amount. Fast break points were won by the Pelicans 24-12, and they lost the points in the paint battle 64-58. And tonight's stat read, of course, we talked about tonight's stat read, man, and the guys, who is it tonight? Guess it's a combination. You could put it to Scotty Barnes and Jacob Pirtle. Both of them scored 21 points. They both were double-double. Scotty Barnes almost had a triple-double tonight. But in terms of the Pelicans, Zion Williamson, 31 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks in 27 minutes. He was 13 of 18 from the field and 5 of 8 from the foul line. 22 points from C.J. McCollum with 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He had 9 of 21 from the field, 2 of 7 from downtown. He was 2 of 4 from the foul line in 36 minutes of action. 21 for DeJounte Murray with 8 assists, 7 rebounds, almost another triple-double. He's flirting with triple-doubles pretty consistently. He was a couple off from getting one tonight, plus 3 for him in 36 minutes, 5 of 17 from the field. He was terrible from downtown, 0 for 4, but he went to the foul line 14 times and converted 11 of 14. 14 points for Trey Murphy, had a down night in 39 minutes. He was 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 7 from downtown. Trey had 14 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks on the night. And off the bench for the Pelicans, Javonte Green had 9 points, 7 boards, and a steal. He was plus 12 for the Pelicans tonight in 27 minutes, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from downtown. And Jordan Hawkins finished tonight with 7 points. In 21 minutes, he was 1 for 3 from downtown. And Jose Alvarado played 18 minutes, scored 0 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds tonight. So in 18 minutes, not a productive night from him. And Daniel Tice played 14 minutes, no points from him. Eves played 22 minutes, did not attempt a shot at all. And he had 5 rebounds, go along with 3 blocks tonight for the Pelicans. So that's some of the stats to read off them as we then kind of move into the Dallas side of things. Lex and Dallas they're beating the Washington Wizards right now. And they lost one, they'll win this one. So on the 29th, which is Wednesday, the Pelicans will face off back home. They finished that road trip disastrously, but they come back home in the Smoothie King Center waiting. They'll play the Dallas Mavericks, a team that they were able to get a win off. They were shorthanded the last time we played this team. We were able to beat them 119 to 116 and tie the series up at 1 apiece. But we'll see what's going on here coming up. So let's kind of talk about this matchup here with the Mavericks coming up on Wednesday. What happens here? With Zion Williamson will be in this game because, like we said, it's not a back-to-back, which he's currently under restrictions from playing. So it's going to be very interesting against Kyrie. I think, Luka is still out. Yeah, Luka's is still out with his injury. So it'll be Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, and the rest of those guys against the Pelicans on Wednesday.
And Kleber, he's out too.
Kleber's out. Najee is also out right now as well. I don't know if he'll be available to play as well. Dwight Powell is out as well. So let's kind of go into that matchup here. What happens in this game? I know that's kind of unpredictable to say with the Pelicans, man, how the Pelicans move around so much, man, but let's try our best to kind of pinpoint it.
I mean, I guess the question would be, which version of the Pelicans are we going to get? Supporters want the Pelicans to win. But, these guys, they gotta show that they want to win. Looking at the Raptors, you saw that they wanted to win. They won 3 games in a row, and they wanted to get that 4th one. And I'm pretty sure the next game they want to get that 5th one. Like, you gotta have that motivation to want to win. Like, and not just motivation, but the desire. You gotta have that. This team does not have to lose all these games, man. They really don't. And I understand that the coaching is a huge part of that. But the guys really have to come out with that energy and be ready to play from the jump. Because they have great chances of winning these games. I mean, obviously against Charlotte, that was pretty bad, but golly, man, I mean, that's the first thing, is being ready to play from the jump. And they're going to have to do that in this game. I mean, do you guys want to win? These aren't back-to-backs. You're back to every other game. You had time off. So I don't understand why you're not ready. But definitely, this is the game that they can possibly get. I mean, Dallas Mavericks, they're beat up right now, but who cares? Because the Pelicans have been beat up. Pelicans already, they already know that tune. So the thing is that, hey, take advantage of this situation. Come out the right way. Play your butts off. Play like you want to win. Play
For
like
real.
you want to win. I think that's the biggest thing. We can't, even though coaching does matter, you really can't rely on Willie Green. You can't. And it sucks because that, when you're going up against a Dallas team that is pretty, banged up, but you have a coach like Jason Kidd. You know what I'm saying? Like, golly, that helps your chances when you have a quality coach. That really does help your chances. It doesn't hurt you. It helps you. So the thing is, when you're going up against a team that has talented players, okay? Talented players, but the coaching is very subpar. It makes it even harder to win games. So Pelicans got to come out with more energy. Got to come out with, you got to be acclimated, got to be engaged in the game. And, if they had that, obviously that engagement is going to translate into making shots, having total involvement, and, just getting this win, because everybody has to be a threat on the floor. We know that when Zion's out there, Zion's going to do his thing. Zion's going to attract double teams, all that stuff. But guys, if y'all are not capitalizing off of what he's doing, or if he does have it going and nobody still doesn't have it going, then hey, it might be wise to work through Zion even more. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the only one who has it going on, like for the whole game. It wasn't just the first half or second half or something like that. So yeah, just gotta really put to use that IQ.
Yeah, that's the part that I look at, because I got the schedule up on the screen right now talking about the Pelicans situation. They've lost to teams. They should have beat Charlotte. They should have beat Toronto. But, the thing is, what's interesting about it is, if they don't beat the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday, they could very well not see a win until after the trade deadline. Because they got Dallas, then Boston at home. Then they hit the road for 4, which is 2 road matchups against Joker and his squad on the 3rd and the 5th. Then
They're playing well right now.
And then they got Sacramento, who's playing pretty decently, and then OKC. So they might not catch a win here until after the trade deadline. So I mean, which is fastly approaching, man. Like we said, when January started off, that trade deadline will be here before you know it. So yeah, that's the bad news. The good news is we'll see Zion Williamson against Dallas, Boston, Denver, and Sacramento and OKC, and the first of the Sacramento matchups in middle February. And of course, the first, that's because he probably won't play on the second, because if that restriction is still going on, because that's the next time we have a back-to-back in middle of February. So we should have plenty of Zion. So like you said, what's the excuse? What's really the excuse for the Pelicans' failure right now?
Bad coach.
Zion, they have Trey. For what they're going to say. Of course, you know better. You know that it's bad coaching. You know it's no continuity.
I mean, they can't say injuries. The guy, everybody's back.
Exactly. So what's the factor here? At first, it was Zion. We don't have our, what would they say? We missing 60 points or whatever. Something. What Trey said that? Was that Trey that said that? We mentioned 60 points or whatever. They asked him about it. Well, you got Zion back.
Well, the thing is, and he ain't even playing where he can put up points, because Zion can put up, you know what I'm saying? If they get him off that stupid restriction.
Well, that's the whole point.
Look, them 24 points in 22 minutes, remember? It's like, what's going on here?
Well, like, tonight,
the team needs help.
It went in the right direction this time, and that was because a lot of people was bringing light to the fact that those minute restrictions didn't make any sense. They're supposed to go up, not go back, and his minutes were going backwards. Now tonight he played 27 minutes, which is the most he's played since that Boston game. So 27 minutes, and he scored 31 points in 27 minutes. But my point is, like I said before on the shows, it's like he's being effective in the minutes when he's out there. He's taking advantage of the minutes when he's out there. He's not out there just running around, not doing nothing. He's out there being productive. He's out there rebounding, like the Utah game, 14 boards, 11 against rebounds in the Charlotte game. He had 9 in the Chicago game. He had 7 tonight. So I mean, he's out there doing the work. He's running around, rebounding, shot blocking. He had 3 blocks tonight to go along with the 31 points, which is the most he's had in the last several games since he's been back. So I mean, he looks good. He looks every bit of the part out there playing. They just have to, you know, get up off this thing. Now, like I said, we'll see what happens over the next several games because the next back-to-back game is not until the Sacramento matchup, with your back-to-back games in middle of February. So he'll be available to play. Now about the Brandon Ingram thing is a mixed bag here because Scoop, what's his name? Scoop Jackson, I think the man name is. Hold on, let me see if I could pull that article up because one of our writers kind of covered that story about Brandon Ingram. Here, let me share this with the family members. This came out the other day. When did this drop? On the 26th. So, you know, and shout out to Rail Wright, our Pelican contributor. Covered, he wrote about this. He said Ingram's inching closer to a return for the Pelicans, with the NBA insider Brandon Scoop B. Robertson reporting that All-Star forward could be back in action within 2 to 3 weeks. Ingram has been traveling with the team and intensifying his rehab efforts. Recently spotted taking pregame shots in the home state of North Carolina ahead of the matchup against Charlotte. Those sidelined since December the 7th due to a left ankle sprain, Ingram remains a focal point for the Pelicans' plan, with sources indicating the team is optimistic about his recovery and continued contributions. His presence on the court would provide a timely boost as the Pelicans navigate a competitive Western Conference playoff push. Ingram's return would also serve as a critical showcase of his abilities ahead of the trade deadline. While 25-year-old's name has rarely surfaced in league trade discussions, his absence in this left potential suitors and Pelicans alike eager for an updated evaluation. Notably, Ingram donned green PE Jordans, a nod to his high school, despite offseason contributions, contract extensions, negotiations stalling over offers in the $40 million annual range. Reports suggest Pelicans remain open to resigning him. So this is a thing that they're reporting, that he's due to come back the next 2 to 3 weeks. Well, if that's indeed the case, like I just showed you, 2 to 3 weeks, that the damn trade deadline is on February the 6th. So that is, where are we at? That would put that right on the doorstep of the trade deadline. So I don't know if the Pelicans would be as nervous as they are about Zion Williamson and how they're handling the restrictions with Zion Williamson. Will they they have to play BI some minutes, you would think, just to prove to people that he's able to play. But then again, a lot of the reports are coming out saying that there's zero interest for Brandon Ingram. Now, this could change, obviously, as soon as we get into February, like a week before the trade deadline, when teams start seeing if we need this and they start reaching out and they get a little bit more desperate about what they want to do with this team, things could ratchet up a bit. But what I'm seeing and hearing in the rumor front is more so on Javonte Green. People are asking about Javonte Green than they are asking about Brandon Ingram.
Yeah,
And
Javonte Green, adding him to any roster, he would actually be a good piece.
So that's what and then his contract is not very expensive at all. And plus that will work with the Pelicans because, you know, they won't get up under that luxury. So, I mean, we'll see what goes on, man. But right now, from what I'm hearing, I'm not really hearing too much from Brandon Ingram or anything right now. So we'll just have to see how it all goes, man, moving forward. So we'll see, man. A lot of stuff, but nothing really sturdy and firm on the front of with Brandon Ingram. Very interesting, you know. So
Griffith's still trying to get full value for Brandon. That's what the problem is.
I don't know if
And
it's
he don't understand, like, dog, you late. You need to bite the bullet, okay? Bite the bullet and understand, like, you're not gonna get full value for him. And to think if that's still the thought process and the trade deadline is coming up, that's insanity.
I don't know if it's just, I'm not saying that you're incorrect on that. I don't know if it's just that, from what a lot of people are saying, that a lot of teams are skeptical of his health and, you know, whether or not he, you know, that type of situation, if he's healthy enough to contribute. So, I mean, so they would have to get him on the court and so that he can exhibit at least that he's healthy enough to contribute and play. And then maybe that, but the plan is there's a what if he's not able to be traded by the trade deadline, then a sign and trade is an option after the season. So this is something that we're hearing as well. So that's the potentiality. Is like I said, they've had a lot of time here, but the injury did not help
Yeah,
their
they
case.
had.
They've had a lot of time. The injury didn't help.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the injury didn't help, but there were times where he wasn't injured. Why didn't you move him then? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
at what point? You talking about during the summertime?
Yeah.
He wanted too much. But they and we said that at the time, though. We said that when they were saying, no, the market wasn't there for him. I was like, man, listen, people were looking at Brandon Ingram before they were looking at DeRozan. And DeRozan was a fallback option if you did not get Brandon Ingram. 2 midi masters in the game, such and such, but teams wanted Brandon Ingram. Even David Griffin admitted to that. He said that the market was red hot and everybody was calling him. Then it wasn't. So how do you go from hot to cold that fast? Is because the Pelicans wanted a little bit too much for what was going on for Ingram, and then he got kicked in his ass. But he did not. He said that and then brought it back because he didn't want to be blamed for why he wasn't moved, even though he put himself on the spot on a hot seat by saying that we've seen enough. We've seen enough of the current unit and changes need to be made. That's what he said. And then Brandon Ingram is still here. Then he doubled back and said, we would like to have Brandon Ingram a part of the team. You can't have Brandon Ingram in with Trey Murphy.
You sure can't, because Trey Murphy is again, he's flourishing.
Yeah, that don't make any sense. So you got to move Brandon Ingram at all costs.
Brandon was actually in Trey Murphy's way.
Right. But that was the game plan, though. Don't ever forget the blueprint. The blueprint was when they were drafting these players, these first round draft picks, these guys were future pieces. When they took these draft picks, these first round draft picks like Trey Murphy and all these guys, behind the idea was these players were supposed to complement Zion Williamson. When you pick Jordan Hawkins, he was a player. This is a shooter that's supposed to be blessed by Zion's gravity, where he has open shots, same as Trey Murphy. These are players that are designed to be around Zion Williamson, not Brandon. And like I said, they did what they did in the 4 years, and a lot of the injury situation that occurred, whatever, the bad coaching, all of the foolish, they couldn't get them to play together. Some people believe they're not two people that coexist together. A lot of times you've seen Zion non-availability there. Brandon Ingram's mindset, like, hey man, I'm old, I'm older than this guy. I'm a top pick in my own right, man. I'm gonna take this, and this is my team type things. And now with the 4-year window is over with, or however long it was, man, it's time, when you've seen it not working, it's time to, it's time to do something else. Not like Brandon Ingram, like I said, but this is just business, man. At the end of the damn day, it's business. Trey Murphy's here, and he was drafted to eventually be there. So, yeah, I don't see how you're going to pull off both. And right now there's speculation about C.J. McCollum. People are looking at C.J. McCollum, but there is nothing solid saying that, hey, man, we need to get him here. There's rumors like there is tons of shit going on right around this time, and this is where you hear all kind of stuff. But we'll know when it gets close. But anyway, that's what I got. Lex, final words before we get ready to close the stream.
Oh, sure. I hope.
Hold on.
I hope the Pelicans win on Wednesday.
Oh my goodness! Why did you say that, Lex? Why'd you say?
No hope. I don't give fucking hope, man. Hope you gonna pay your goddamn rent. Hope your car work. Come on, man. Ain't no but bullshit.
No, I'm just saying. I think a lot of black people are being brainwashed.
It ain't got nothing to do with them.
Okay.
In here, huh? That's who you are. And when you find that out, huh? I know I'm not going nowhere. If you hope don't work. You never heard no rich, powerful motherfucker say hope. Hope I'll win the war, but a fool. Hmm? The real folks know they're gonna win the war before they start, except they don't count in the universe. Universe. There's no such thing as hope. Hope.
Are we gonna win the war? Are we gonna win the war? Hope we gonna win the war. We don't know.
We don't know who we gonna. No, he wasn't talking about us. He wasn't talking
And
about
that's
us.
why, according to Dick Gregory,
He wasn't talking about us. Talking
that
about they
makes
know they're
sense.
gonna win the war before they even do it. He wasn't talking about the Pelicans. No, nah. The Pelicans definitely on that hopium. That's no doubt
You know
about
what?
it.
I wish the Pelicans would win on Wednesday.
I don't think he has nothing wrong with wishing.
How about that? Who that, daddy? I wish. I wish.
All the Pelicans gonna beat the Mavericks. They don't beat the Mavericks, man. Boston comes back around. I mean, the next 4 games: Dallas, Boston, Denver. That's the next 4 games the Pelicans have. That is going to be interesting. The Pelicans have all of their guys except for Herb and Brandon. Everybody else is available. Everybody else is there.
Hey,
Herb and Brandon are only 2 that's not there.
I heard the commentators for the Toronto Raptors say that after getting this win, they're 5 games behind from being in that 8th spot. I'm like, dang.
Damn.
Too bad the Pelicans can't say that. You know what I'm saying?
They're not in the East, man. The
Like,
East ain't shit.
no, they have a similar record to the Pelicans. Do y'all know that? And they
Yeah.
5 games away
14
from
and 32.
what you know what I'm saying? Ain't that crazy?
I know. Look at that, man.
Look at where they are, y'all. They just got the win on today. Pelicans, they don't got their 13 win, do they? They still got 12.
No, we got 12.
12.
5
okay.
and 5 over the last 10.
Ain't that something, y'all? Ain't that something?
They 10 wins behind catching up to Golden State. Oh, actually, that's more than that. They're actually about 9 wins.
You know
Getting
what?
close to Golden State for the 11th spot, which will never happen, man, because Pelicans are not consistent enough to put anything together, man. This is one of the worst seasons that I've ever been a part of in the entire Flocky Nation. This is one of the worst. And I've seen some shit from this organization over the many years, but in my time, and I've been doing this for a while, this is the worst. Because these other teams, I could say, that were bad seasons, you didn't have much of a staff. You had people like Dan Dickow and what's your boy name? Used to drive the big truck. What's his name? Damn, I can see his face. I can't remember his name. But a bunch of guys that just wasn't hitting on anything. You know, they just were backups. So you justified the losing because they just didn't have the offensive to do anything. But when you're talking about a team that got Zion Williamson and have all these other players that got fat contracts, dude, that don't make any sense. This is, to me, the worst that I've ever seen the Pelicans from a standpoint of having people on it that has all this money and they're not producing. And then you got you got Griffin and all these dudes just literally absent. Stuck with this, can't trade guys.
Yep.
Just no plan. They don't even give you firing Willie Green. Getting him out of here. They don't even give you that to start the season.
Coach that could coach this team.
Hell out of here, man. Willie Green should have got fired, man. But this is that David Griffin is an idiot, and you got
coach to coach.
we don't got an owner. You ain't got an owner to do nothing. She just smile and wave. She smiles and wave. We ain't got an owner. She smile and wave. And Willie just turns while she waves. Call the ball. Call the ball. I thought he was talking at Brothers. He was talking at the other guy. He was talking to poor Willie. We need to
Mm.
get this guy out of here. We need to get Willie on up out of here, man. We
He's
ain't got
really
no leaders.
bad, man. And you can tell, like, look, you were asking the questions. Man, the thing is, the talent, the individual talent was doing it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because of his coaching, because guess what? In close games, what was the record? When it was
Shit, Owen.
the game was determined by 5 or 3 points.
I think it's like 0-22 or 0-27, something
You know what I'm saying?
ridiculous like that. It was
It's like,
ridiculous.
dog, that was more wins. On top of that.
It's just, but the thing is, even if the team is losing, if your team is losing, you do something about it as a manager. You get rid of the coach. You fire the guy. You have to do something to try to salvage some respectability, some integrity. None of this is about any integrity. None of this doesn't make any sense. It's all failure. It's all foolishness. And then it's fortified by the fact that you have a literal camera whore in David Griffin that literally just disappeared. And then and Griffin's one thing, but his puppet ass general manager is a whole nother thing. I mean, with all this going on, you could at least step the hell out from behind the shadows, hold a press conference, and talk to the people. Say something. Come out and talk to people. You can't just hide from the people while the team is experiencing probably the most disappointing season in the history of the organization. Just literally just a puppet, not saying anything. Literally sad. And when he do come out, he only gonna come out there with David Griffin. That's how trash this is, man. What kind of crap is this, man? At least I can say about Trajan Langdon, like he has some type of presence. This other guy, man, Trajan Langdon did press conferences without David Griffin's hand up his ass. You got this other guy right here. He can't say 2 words without David Griffin's hand up his rear. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. This is pathetic. This is pathetic, and it's sad. And this is, like I said, I've been doing this for a while. This is the worst. This is the worst season I ever seen.
You know why? You know why, right? Are you ready?
I already know why.
Are you ready?
Go ahead. What you think?
It's because of that secret contract. Oh. Come on, man.
My bad, Lex.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Slow it down. I try to go Matrix mode on it, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
My bad time. It's not, that effect is actually not on my board. It's on, I access through a different way. That's why I'm slow on the trigger. I'm gonna have to put that on my effects board because I got several different sounds that's on a different area.
That's our thing, buddy.
I got,
because look, guess what, y'all? We still don't know the details of the secret contract.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
That works.
That works. Feel, man.
That works. That does work.
You know what? Look, we ain't letting that secret contract go. Look, 10 years down the road. Secret contract.
Goddamn
Did
right.
you see? Hey,
oh, man. That's funny.
What more do you want from me?
Oh, man. We want some wins around this joint, man.
We sure do.
All right, so listen, fam, that's gonna do it, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Listen, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. We'll be back Wednesday for the matchup against the Dallas Mavericks.
That was ruthless.
I know you slow to the button like Willie Green, yeah. I was stand up here just looking, man. I was like, okay, hold on. I was good, but I was on time the rest of the way, so y'all got to give me some credit for that. All right. So anyway, listen, fam, thank y'all for being on tonight's show. Just to let the family members know, I am going to be doing the sports coma in a little bit to kind of recap some of the news that's going on with the Saints. We'll be doing that tonight, late night stream. Won't be a long stream, obviously. Tomorrow will be our Patreon stuff. We'll be going over a new position group for our Patreon and YouTube membership family. But we'll be doing that tonight for a little programming note for the fam. But anyway, with that being said, we out on here. Listen, appreciate y'all. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the show on your social media feed. PPR representing the Flocking Nation. Stand up. We'll holler at you on the next one. Go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network. For all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
The WhoDatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoDatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who Dat and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoDatDaily.com is your site. The WhoDatDaily.com for the sport Who Dat in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform's store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. Remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and Who Dat too.